With the lands getting smoother and the plots expanding, word is getting around that this land is growing once again. Soon to house families and warriors that will populate the coastlines, this project is far from over. Today, oh man, today it's gonna be a lot. Um, I went on stream for the past couple of days and we got this river in, as you can see, and then we also got these farms in. So all of these bad boys are mating up. I am going to wait until I have looting 3 to kill a lot of these. So for right now, I've just been killing spare animals out here, sadly. And then also, so we got this in on stream, which was at the beginning of this, of course. But this will be like the little fisherman's house down here because we decided on stream after terraforming everything that this over here should be the docks. So it just kind of makes sense to have like a little small fishing hut down here. That's why I kind of went with the worked wood for a little blue fill, because I don't think there's another build that's going along this coast that has worked wood in it. So it's gonna stick out a bit. Like, look at the little streaks, and then we got the little highlights with the snow that we had to go get because we have Silk Touch on our shovel now. But I really like the little darker parts as well. Along with the tough roof, it kind of gives it that monochromatic feel. But I'm excited. I am probably gonna get this river in because it's been here for quite a few Minecraft days now. Quite a few real life days as well because we've been focusing on things like this. And then I also have a lot of builds planned for this. I think it's around I think it's around 9. This is just going to be the little smaller village part with all the trades and farming. I am making some pressure plates and then some buttons as well. I don't know how many exactly. Let's just make all of these into buttons so I can kind of like texture out slowly from all this rocky bit because I don't necessarily want all of these huge rocks going all the way down. As you can see, once we get up there, try to control the waterfall a little bit with these bigger rocks. So if I continue along with these little medium size, which it would be like the slabs and everything, then I can continue along and thin it out as I go, which I'm going to need a lot more stone and pressure plates, but I think that's what we're gonna do, just for a little bit more detail along the coast. Moving on, I need to get a bridge going right here. I'm tired of putting it off because I'm having to keep just jump across like this. So if you had a little bridge going across, that would be perfect. I'm thinking all wood because a lot of this is granite. If I just do like stone, it'll blend all in. If I do granite, any types of stone, I feel like it'll just blend all in. These are already kind of blended in, but it is a cool little natural feel, it has that little swoop going on. Here we go. Now, very, very simple. Literally logs, fence, trapdoor, slap. But I didn't want to take away from this view. I did have a little version of with a little arch, but it was too low and it didn't necessarily frame the build. It just cut the build in half. So you had to walk through like right here. And though this had a little frame, it did look kind of cool coming right here. But I want to see the whole build as I'm going through like the whole thing. So simple, gets the job done. And moving on, I'm thinking we just texture up everything Do a little bit of like detailing for the terrain because as you can see, it's a lot of just grass. I kind of want this to be like a little mini cliff face along all this. And we have plenty of stone to play around with, so we can always do that real quick, which I think I'm gonna do before moving on to any of more buildings. Because I mean, like I said, we got quite a few buildings that are going in this episode. Texturing is all in. This is what I meant. Just a little bit of the stones and everything. The rest be moss and dirt and grass and stuff like that. Once we have like grass growing and foliage going along the place, it'll probably look a little better. Um, but for now, I think that's just the way I'm gonna keep it. And then now we can actually get into some of these builds. I'm probably gonna build one or two, show y'all, one or two, show y'all, rinse and repeat. Like I said again, there is multiple builds we're doing today, so let's go ahead and just get into well, I guess not the first two, the other two, because that was the first one that I built up on stream. And this whole episode is mostly going to be a lot of stream work because there's a lot of material grinding and stuff. So I might hop on stream again, get these two up, and then end stream, and then I'll probably do the rest just by myself for the video. With this first house going up, this is for the leather workers, a group of people blessed with the skill of skinning and providing for the locals. They're deemed a staple for this town for having the fastest handiwork. This one here is for the librarians. With their knowledge of ancient script, they're able to infuse books with special powers for the town to use as needed. The oldest of the village, they tend to be an idol for the locals with all of their wisdom. Next up, the stonemasons. Able to carve up the finest of materials this world has seen, they stick to themselves as a way to master their craft. Okay, this was this was a lot of work so far. We got a few buildings up now, as you can see. Don't mind like right here. I still have the scaffold up because I'm waiting for these to grow. I haven't really been growing sugarcane at all after I got an enchanting set up. So I need to wait for lecterns. But I am actually about to take a break from building up these houses and everything because, as you can see, a lot of it's floating and it's just really plain. And honestly, I need a break from placing blocks, so let's place some foliage instead. After the quick terraforming, I decided to add another building. This here is going to be the stables for us to house our horses and mules and donkeys in the future. Alrighty, I got stables number 1 up. This is taking absolutely forever, as you could probably guess. So I know this video is going to be time-lapse heavy and replay heavy, so I'm just going to get the rest of these buildings going all the way over there and all this foliage up. After building a stacked barn, I decided to go with a lighthouse to serve as a beacon for the future shipfarers and a light for the land as night comes. Moving on to our Fletchers, this group specializes in crafting bows and arrows for the future armies to equip. Their job is important, so they're always working away but happy to be for a cause. With this next one going up, I decided it to be our toolsmiths. Granted a unique gift to craft tools at quick paces, they use this to supply the locals for years to come. Now we have our weaponsmiths, able to obtain the rarest of materials to craft the weapons for not only use but for our future army's disposal. Moving on to the clerics. With this gift to hold and handle powerful ingredients, they use this skill to provide for the potion masters of the land. with that, everyone, I think we are going to call it for today. This was a lot of work, but I knew I wanted this to be a shorter video. So with a shorter video, I wanted it to be a bigger project, I guess. We got everything in. There's still a few texturing things, like I want to work on this a lot more. I kind of want to have a jut out, maybe like a statue or something. And then just bits and pieces along the mountain and along the waterfall over there and everything. But for now, the main focal points are definitely done and textured up. I just need to keep on expanding. But that is going to be it for today. Just remember that you are loved. I love you, and peace out.